Hey, YouTube, what you know good? He is the Reverend, this is Project KNM, and we are back with some more of that fresh art goodness. So, what are we working on today? Well, this is actually drawing 8 out of 31 for my OC-tober list of 2020. I did 31 drawings of 31 different OCs. Most of them mine, but some of them illustration OCs of, from friends of mine or associates of mine or just other artists in general. This one was fun to work on. This one is one of my OCs, and this was actually originally a character designed solely for a school project. But I like the idea, so I want to try it again. This time with color. This was one of my final projects for one of my classes in my art college. This was specifically a particular type of illustration class designed specifically for animators. And the idea was they wanted us to take what we knew from live drawing and all that, and simplifying the bodies and making, getting exactly what we were trying to get, try to make it look right, but not too detailed. Something we had to simplify it for the sake of like Western animations. If you've seen, like Justice League, for example, you even though the characters are super simplified, you still know what Superman and Batman look like. You can still tell that. You can still tell that's Green Lantern. So with that in mind, we had to come up with a character that would actually fit in a Western animation, and I decided to come up with this weird, like, disco-inspired intergalactic hero. I called him Cosmic Jimmy, and I'm not quite sure why I don't know how I came up with that one. Cosmic Jimmy. Maybe I had Cosmic Bowling in my head or something. I'm not entirely sure. But the idea is that Cosmic Jimmy is, like I mentioned, a disco-inspired, like, space superhero. I think the things that really inspired him were just not just disco, but also one of my favorite games of all time, Beautiful Joe, which explains the weird, like, just exaggerated posing that I was trying to do with Jimmy here. I'm not entirely sure I got exactly what I was aiming for, but I still think the pose that I came up with was stylish enough to actually, get my point across. And thankfully, the professor really liked the idea of Cosmic Jimmy. They dug Cosmic Jimmy, and I think partly the reason why they dug it was because I also added a sidekick, which will be what I draw in the next video. I'm not entirely sure what kind of story I could get with Cosmic Jimmy. I'd have to, because I'm not a space sci-fi buff. Like, I didn't grow up with Star Trek outside of The Next Generation, and I didn't actually grow up with the Star Wars films, even though I did see a few of them when I finally got old enough to actually catch them myself. But just the idea of, like, a space hero was always cool to me, even though I never really understood how to write a story for something like that. I'm also not quite sure if I properly put into practice the simplified techniques that I learned in, my actual drawing class for this illustration. This might be the same way I built him up and blocked out the pose when I first drew him back in college, but for some reason the way I block things out digitally just aren't the same as when I block them out, on traditional mediums. It's close, but not entirely. I'm always trying to fix it and make it better, but I can never be sure if that's exactly what's working. But when it comes to getting this pose, I think we got it for the most part. It's gonna make more sense once you see everything built up properly. My favorite thing about Cosmic Jimmy's gotta be the outfit, though. The outfit and that goofy hair. I think that's one of the big reasons that makes Cosmic Jimmy work. Because we have to take into consideration how to make the character fit or stand out, even if all you have is a silhouette. This is something to this day I have trouble getting just right, which is one of the reasons why character design has not necessarily been one of my strong points yet. But I think I was able to really I think I was able to make it work this one. With Cosmic Jimmy, it's basically just a slim, slender figure, but with a popped collar and one ridiculous like pompadour. So, and even if you had no idea who Cosmic Jimmy is, that will at least stand out enough so that he'll stick in your head. And that was the goal. The goal was to make a simple, sleek design for a character, but one that can still stand out. And I was nervous as hell coming up with the original design because I was never good at character design, but glad this one came out. And you know what? I wouldn't mind making a story, like maybe a comic series for Cosmic Jimmy, were it not for the fact that something, like once I started coming up with ideas for this, I saw that there was already something that may have already done it, and I didn't want to be accused of just ripping it off, and that would be Space Dandy. If you guys seen Space Dandy, it has the feel that I would imagine Cosmic Jimmy would have had, albeit with different types of characters, and he has an even better, the guy in Space Dandy, he has a better freaking hairstyle than Cosmic Jimmy. Very similar, but I think they did it better, and it's like, I'm not even sure if I should even keep it up at this point. But they don't have the disco flair like Cosmic Jimmy, so who knows? Maybe I should keep that on my my list of things to work on in the future. A backup idea. Who knows? Do you think you guys would be interested in the idea of seeing something from like Cosmic Jimmy? Just from the very basic idea that I told you guys? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, this is a real basic idea that I didn't really flesh out, but I can see potential in it. If you guys are interested in seeing where this could go, let me know. Maybe I really will start. Maybe I'll do a one-off. The more I see these characters that I've been working on, the more I actually do want to try some one-offs. Just some one-off ideas for like comics and and whatnot. And maybe, just maybe, one of these simple one-offs would like trigger like a wildfire of like ideas and inspiration that would encourage me to keep it up. Sometimes a one-off will bring up, will explode into a series in and of itself. Will I do it? I don't know. Will I encourage someone else to do it? I don't know. But we're all creative minds here. Let's get creative. So yeah, before I wrap it up, I want to just repeat the question. Does the idea of Cosmic Jimmy interest you, and would you be interested in seeing a story with something along those lines of Cosmic Jimmy? And if not, maybe seeing a sidekick will persuade you. But that's in the next video. So let me go ahead and wrap this video up right now. With that said, thanks for watching. Okay, take it easy. Memento Mori, and I will catch you in the next one with Cosmic Jimmy's partner, the Astro Pup. Kill the feed.